Sohra has a lot of, so to speak, touristy places like point A, point B, point C, but we did nothing of that. And we ended up spending all of our day one inside of a cave. It was the fourth largest cave in India, if I'm not wrong. It's called Mawmluh Cave, if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. It's spelled as Mawmluh, Mawmluh Cave.
Yeah.
So that was a life-defining experience, if you ask me honestly, because you will. So that cave is, I think, 8 kilometers long. Is the accessible part of it, like where you can go if you have certain amount of fitness. The other cave is 17 kilometers long. It's the same cave. You cannot traverse all of the distance, but the whole cave is 17 kilometers long, out of which you can cover 7 or 8 kilometers. All of it is underground. After first 50 meters or so, there is zero sunlight. You never see the sun. There's no light inside the cave. There's nothing inside the cave. And for people who feel that it'll be very smelly, it'll be very dark. Of course, it is supposed to be dark, and it'll be bats and whatnot inside. Smell part is absolutely not true. Darkness part is absolutely true, and that was the best part. And bats part is, depends on where you are inside the cave. But if you talk about beauty, that is the highlight of the whole visit for me and for my wife as well. And I mean, so hardly anyone does it. Like on the day where we went, it was just two of us. That's
Yeah.
it. Like just two people for the whole day. And we spent like 5 hours underground in that cave. So, so if you see darkness, we feel darkness when we have a power cut or something of that sort. That's not darkness. What you feel inside the cave is the darkness. You have to actually go there to experience it. By turning off a laptop screen is not the amount of darkness that you will experience. And there are infinite number of rivers flowing within that cave. So at one place, so we obviously had two guides with us. This is a professional cave. You can't just waltz into the cave, see the points inside the cave and come out alive. That is not how it works there. You have to hire professional guides to take you in. And so there is a local village association. You have to get in touch with them. They're really nice, friendly people. And they'll take you with proper gear, like from head to toe, you're covered with whatever safety gears they ask you to wear. That is 100% required. Otherwise, my head would have been half the size, honestly speaking. And I experienced that a number of times in the cave. I don't know how many times I might have scratched my head or my toe or whatever. But that was the best part. Like in terms of the whole experience of 5 hours inside the cave, there was one point where this wind gushing inside the cave and water flowing through rivers. And we were sitting there. Literally, the guide told us, okay, just sit down, have your 10 minutes of silence. You enjoy that part. And then we can really feel our pulse from within without even touching our wrist. That is something that you cannot experience in your normal day
I
life.
think
You
what
have
it
to
does
get
is
out of your
all
comfort
your
zone.
senses get activated, or you realize or you realize how your senses are working, right? At
Yeah,
mostly in our lives, we are only aware about what we are hearing or what we are seeing. But when you enter such caves, I think you try to have a sense of where you are landing your feet, what is going on around your head. Is your head going to crash? As in, all your senses get activated and you have to be aware at each moment. I think the
yeah.
sound, light, everything works and plays its role in that cave, right? I think that's the beauty of it.
If I have to compare it with Kung Fu Panda, there's a scene like that. I think Po, right? His name is Po, the panda. He calls it inner peace. That's when you'll experience inner peace. But it is a cost to it, of course, not
Yeah.
the monetary part, but you have to be decent fit to get inside that cave because there are some really difficult sections of sort of crawling in for 100 meters without being able to sit up and all those things. But all of it is fully worth it. If I go back to Meghalaya, I'll definitely do that cave and many more, again.